Hi, good morning students. How are you? Hope you are all doing good. In our previous video, we learnt regarding three Carnatic wars. Today let us learn the British rule in India. Let us start. After gaining political control over South India, the British tried to gain control over the rich Bengal province in the latter part of the 18th century. You know that in our previous class we learnt that British gained complete control over South India by defeating French in Third Carnatic War. So once they have complete control over South India, now they turn towards Bengal, which was very rich in those days in the 18th century. Bengal province had achieved tremendous growth in the area of agriculture, commerce and industry. You know that many rivers are flowing here. It is called as Sundaraban. This area made a tremendous growth in the areas of agriculture, commerce and industry. So the East India Company was making considerable profit from this province. They completed South India annexation. Now they turned their attention towards the Bengal, present West Bengal, including Bangladesh also. So all these area was very fertile. They made tremendous progress in the field of agriculture, commerce and industry. And East India Company was making profit, not only profit, considerable profit out of it. Now you are seeing the map of India, that is Indian Empire. In those days, you can see here up to Balochistan, Kanyakumari and Myanmar, everything is there here in this map. Not only it is an India map, it is an Indian Empire. So now let us see where is Bengal. You can see a circle around the map. This is called Bengal province. They were in the south in the Madras. Here you can see here Madras. From here they shifted their attention towards the Bengal because this area was progressing in the field of agriculture, industry, trade and commerce. So they are getting more profit. That's why they concentrated on Bengal. The dastakats means license issued by the Mughal ruler Farrukh Shah were the main reason for this. For what? For the Battle of Plassey. What are dastakats? Dastakats are licensed to trade, import, export and move the goods from one place to another place without paying the tax. Those are called as dastakats. Who issued this? Mughal ruler Farrukh Shah issued this. But here these dastakats or license were given only to East India Company. But some of the East India Company workers or employees started taking disadvantage of this and they started making more and more profit out of these dastakats personally. This resulted huge losses to the Bengal government because it was misused. It was the dastakats or license to trade is given to the East India Company by Farrukh Shah, Mughal ruler, but it was misused by company workers or employees of the East India Company. So this brought lot of losses to the Bengal government. Hence all Nawabs from Murshid Ali Khan to Alwardi Khan were opposing such misuse. So all Nawabs were not happy because the employees of East India Company were misusing trading license. Those are dastakats. Later this led to confrontation between Nawabs and the company. Even though they complained to the East India Company, they did not take proper action. Even the Nawab of Bengal asked East India Company to surrender those employees who have misused the dastakats. But East India Company refused to do that and kept the workers with them only. This angered the Nawabs of Bengal. This resulted two crucial wars which charted a decisive course to Indian history. Plassey and Buxar were those two battles. Today let us focus mainly on Battle of Plassey. Battle of Plassey, 1757. Alwardi Khan, the Nawab of Bengal, died in 1756. His grandson Siraj-ud-Dawla came to throne. The Plassey battle took place between the young Nawab Siraj-ud-Dawla and the British in 1757. What are the reasons for Battle of Plassey? The first most important reason is, this is very important for the examination point of view. They may ask you in 2 or 3 mass questions, mention the main causes of Battle of Plassey. Then you have to write these things. Misuse of dastakats. Dastakats means trade licenses. Siraj-ud-Dawla was furious that the dastakats were misused by the officials of the company, incurring losses to the government treasury. Actually, the dastakats were given to only East India Company, but these trade licenses were misused by the company employees. This brought a lot of losses to the Bengal government treasury. He is Siraj-ud-Dawla, what you are seeing in the picture. Second most important cause for the Battle of Plassey. You know that Fort William was built on the banks of Hooghly River in Calcutta. Without taking any permission, the East India Company started changing or reconstructing the Fort of Williams near the Calcutta and placed cannons in them. Cannons means in Hindi and Kannada, if you want, it is called as Firangi, it is a big gun which is used in the battle. Placed cannons in them. This further angered Siraj-ud-Dawla and he ordered removal of cannons from they repaired the fort without his permission. On that they kept cannons. It is nothing but a preparation of the war. So Siraj-ud-Dawla ordered them to remove those cannons from the Fort Williams. The British refused to do this, angering the Nawab further. Because British refused to remove the cannons, then Siraj-ud-Dawla got angry. What you are seeing now is Fort Williams, built on the banks of Hooghly in Calcutta. This is the blueprint or a map of Fort Williams. You can see here it is written as Fort Williams. Third important reason was the Black Room tragedy. When the East India Company refused to remove the cannons and they did not stop misusing the dastakats, so this angered Siraj-ud-Dawla, the Nawab of Bengal. He marched with 30,000 soldiers and captured Fort Williams and arrested 146 Britishers. These 146 Britishers were kept in a small room that is called as Black Room. In history it is famous with the name of Black Room tragedy. He kept 146 people in one small room and out of 146, 123 Europeans died. This angered Robert Clive. Robert Clive was in Madras. So this angered Robert Clive, arrived in Bengal with a large army. When Robert Clive in Madras, he heard about the Black Room tragedy, he sent one fleet through the sea route and another fleet through land route. Total 25,000 European and Indian sepoys came to Bengal. So you can see in the picture, here is a small window you are seeing. In this small room, 146 Europeans were imprisoned. Robert Clive, as he arrived to Bengal, he did not start war. He is very clever and intelligent, shrewd politician. He attracted rich locals like Manik Chand, Omi Chand and Jagat Seths. These were the rich people, businessmen in those days in Bengal, and he took their support. Because why he did like that? Because during the war time they should not help the king financially. That is the main motto of Robert Clive, attracting Jagat Seth and Omi Chand and Manik Chand. And also he played another one, secret alignment he made. He was successful in convincing Mir Zafar, the military head of the Siraj-ud-Dawla. Siraj-ud-Dawla's military head means commander-in-chief was Mir Zafar. This Robert Clive convinced him too, saying that during the war time you don't participate in the war. After Siraj-ud-Dawla, we will make you Nawab of Bengal. Again, you can see the picture of Robert Clive. Dear students and teachers, please like, share and subscribe, and also do comment in the comment section about the video. Your opinion is very important to me. Thank you for watching the video. Encouraged by all these development, Robert Clive declared a war against Siraj-ud-Dawla. After making all these arrangements, attracting the local, making alliance with the local businessmen, making secret alliance with the Mir Zafar, finally Robert Clive declared war against Siraj-ud-Dawla. Everything went according to the plan of Clive. Siraj-ud-Dawla, who tried to escape from the battlefield, was captured and killed. That is the outcome of this Battle of Plassey. So this is also important point for the examination point of view. What are the outcomes of this war? What are the results of this war? This war brought out the immorality, lack of unity among the Indians, and the greedy of Indian businessmen. What are this war exposed? Immorality of the Indians, lack of unity among the Indians, and the greedy businessmen of Bengal. After the death of Siraj-ud-Dawla, according to the promise of East India Company, made Mir Zafar Nawab of Bengal. He was just a puppet king in the hands of East India Company. The company gained exclusive rights to business in Bengal. Exclusive rights means Zamindari rights. Zamindari rights means what? In olden days, Zamindars used to collect tax on behalf of king, and they used to submit that money to the king, and they used to keep some amount. Now, the East India Company got a right to collect the revenue from 24 parganas of Bengal. Some parts are 24 parts of the Bengal, present West Bengal, Bangladesh together. This brought lot of profits to the East India Company. Apart from that, the Mir Zafar has paid as a compensation of war, that is 17,70,000 rupees to the East India Company. Mir Zafar had to pay the rupees as a relief to Siraj-ud-Dawla's attack on the William Fort. You know that Siraj-ud-Dawla attacked the fort and imprisoned 146 Europeans. For that, as a compensation, the Mir Zafar has to pay 17,70,000 rupees in those days. This is what they are making agreement with the Mir Zafar, the British. In nutshell, Mir Zafar became continuous victim of the company and its employee. Since he was a puppet king, was controlled by the company. Now, every time they started targeting Mir Zafar for money. Even though treasury went bankrupt, bankrupt means completely empty. Due to this greedy nature, the greediness of the company and its officials never satisfied. Even though after giving all the money from the treasury of Bengal, nothing was left. It became bankrupt. Even then they started pleading for money. So they were so greedy. British projected Mir Zafar as an inefficient Nawab and brought his nephew Mir Qasim as the new Nawab. When Mir Zafar refused to pay any amount and also ordered them not to interfere in the local affairs in his administration, then what East India Company? They removed Mir Zafar, saying that he is an inefficient Nawab, and his nephew, they brought Mir Qasim as the new Nawab. You can see in this picture, there are two persons. He is Mir Zafar and his second one is who is keeping bird, he is Mir Qasim. So today we will stop here. Tomorrow we will learn about the Battle of Buxar. Thank you very much for watching my video. Like, share and subscribe, and also share with your friends. Thank you.